Hello, everybody, and here we are again. Welcome back. It's IPT2. On this week's podcast, I would like to speak about community. And this is one of the very first questions you get asked in your level 2 gym instructing course. But it's something that we don't always see personal trainers do very well. Some do it very well, some don't. And that is community. So the question that's actually asked in the personal training diploma or the level 2 part of it is, how do you create social inclusion within the gym as a gym instructor? And this is really a community based question. It's really, how do you create a community? Not just the social inclusion part, but how can you actually drum up some support for yourself or for an activity or for something that the community might be passionate about? It might be weight loss as a community, but you can create all sorts of different communities. But one of the biggest communities you're ever going to create as a personal trainer is your own. A community of people who buy into your ethos and ethics around training, who buy into that training philosophy and way of doing things to see success. And that's something that you need to tap into. It's not something that should be left aside and just disregarded. If you don't fan the flames of community, you'll never see them flourish to what they could be. Now, this is something, if you look at it, is actually very helpful to the personal trainer, very helpful to the gym community itself. But really, you need to figure out what it is that you want to build a community around. Is it going to be that you are the go-to person for bodybuilding? Maybe you have the answers to certain questions that your membership base are passionate about. It really depends on the type of gym you're in, the type of demographics available. We've all seen the signs for Weight Watchers and Slimming World out there, usually plastered against the side of a church or a town hall or community hall. And they feed on community. They have people who are personable, who can talk to individuals, not always in the best of manners, mind you. But that's why these places are successful a lot of the time. It's because they build a community that then people do not want to leave. And as human beings, we are social creatures. We like to interact with people. But how often do your clients interact with each other? Do you organize anything for your clients? Do you do anything extra for your clients? Where's that social inclusion part of that question? Do you maybe put on a class for your clients that is just for your clients? Or do you do nothing? And that's where you're probably missing out on a little bit of a trick. Having social events for your clients helps with retaining your clients. It helps with making sure that they buy in even more so to what you're preaching when it comes to training and nutrition. You could do events that don't cost money. I've seen a lot of personal trainers, especially in Scotland, go on hill walks. I've seen trainers organise talks. I've seen trainers do classes. I've seen trainers organise a gym floor event. It's really going to be down to your personality and how you want to organize something. It comes down to what kind of niche you're working within. It comes down to a lot of factors that I can't really dig into too much without having you in front of me that are listening to this. But what I can advise is making sure that there is something there for your community to build it strong, to keep it going, and to then allow other people to come into that community. A lot of other things come to mind when I think of community as well, and it really comes down to how you organize your community. Do you have a strategy in place that helps people within the community reach out for support? Do you have strategies if people are looking to leave the community? How do you accept that and help them move on? Or how do you keep them within the community if that is going to be best for that person? What conversations are you having? What additional things are you doing? There could be a lot of things you could do. There is so many avenues. There is things you can do like recording videos for your community, creating social media pages, and so on. It's really how much effort you want to put into that community, but I can guarantee that your community will flourish and grow and continue to be a source of happiness and obviously financially give you a better standpoint if you fan those flames, if you build that community out. But without doing that, you're maybe missing that trick that we spoke about. You're missing out on people coming together and having conversations about you as a trainer, having conversations about you and the success that you get, having conversations within each other to see, oh, what kind of advice have you got? And ultimately, when you have a community, they start to support themselves. That's a great thing about having a community. You will be the focal point, but you won't always have to answer all of the questions. Some people will step in and begin to be educated by you and be able to answer those things for you. It's a great place to be. And with any community, it really starts with you and what are you going to do to create that community. I think it's probably best to really go back to the drawing board, see where you're at just now, how many clients you have, and how many would be open to maybe doing events and coming to talks and being part of this new community you're building. It takes a little bit of strategy. Let's not lie about it. Let's not take away from the fact it's going to take effort on your part. You're going to need to find out information from every client. You are going to have to factor in times when your clients are available. Usually that is going to be weekend times. You're going to have to factor in when you do these type of things, if it's monthly, quarterly, 6 monthly, weekly. What is going to be best for your community? What type of community is it? What kind of information should you be passing on to the community that is helpful to them? And ultimately, if you create a good community, you may end up being able to increase your prices because then people will want to be part of that community. There's a lot to think about. It's not an easy subject, but it is something that could increase your revenue, give you a better standpoint in the gym you are in, and create more of a buzz about your services. So, till next time, really go away and think about that. Because this is the time to build your community if you are in the industry. And if you're not in the industry, this is definitely something to think about before you enter it. So go away, have a think about what it is that you want to create. Do that strategy, write it all down, and then if you need help and support, we are always here. So take care. Till next time, share, save, subscribe, tell all your friends, and if we can help you at all, remember to reach out on any of our social media channels. We will see you again next week. Take care and have a good one.